Welcome to the world of RPG.
We were talking about before, they had this Unreal 5 engine demo. Epic Games, the creator of the Unreal Engine, just dropped a little demo from the game Lumen in the Land of Nanite, which that's not a real game, right? That's just a demo.
Yeah, I guess until they say
for
otherwise.
to display the Unreal Engine. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, until they say otherwise. So they did this demo on the PS5, which once again, it's a little tidbit. It's a little bit of sprinkles from PlayStation, where it's like it's not necessarily their big announcement, but they're just in it. You know, it's like they're staying in the conversation without being all in your face. And I don't know what everybody thinks about this demo and like how, you know, once again, I don't know if everybody like was thinking it was a big announcement or anything huge, but the demo looked amazing. Graphically, it looked crazy. And on the last episode, I was saying that we probably weren't going to expect too much graphically from the new gen consoles, but
I definitely think it's sort of a power play here from Sony.
I was very wrong.
We're going to have the hardware. We're going to have the power. And it might come to be expensive, but you're going to be getting the next generation.
I agree 100%. And I mean, they said that the Unreal Engine wasn't going to come out till 2021, but I mean, that's not that far away. Until then, all the PlayStation 5 games will be made on the UE 4.25, but they're making it so they can just move it over to the Unreal 5 engine when that launches. That's fine. I mean, 2021 is not that far away. Especially like graphically, I feel like 8K TVs will be a little bit cheaper by then. Maybe they'll be more affordable. But if you watch this demo, then you saw that just there were so many little things that were improved that made the graphics a lot better. And just like almost the fluidity of the gameplay as they were playing it. And you can see like the light kind of moving with your character, like
right,
based on how they were reacting with the environment. And yeah, I was totally wrong, man. I think maybe not right away, but as we get into the thick of things with new gen consoles, the graphics are going to be a step up in a big way. And all because of a bunch of triangles.
Something they have to nail on the first try.
I'm impressed.
You know what I mean? Because no one wants to buy a console and then have to wait, you know, however long, 2 years, 3 years for them to come out and say, you know, hey, we're coming out with like the PlayStation 5 Pro. It's going to have even better graphics. You know what I mean? I hate that. I want it to be good when it comes out. Like, if I'm going to spend this amount of money on it, then it should be at least as good as I am expecting it to be. I don't want to have to buy another Pro console.
Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, I think that just it's a product of its environment. The tech industry just kind of moves that way, where you know they have to look out for what's most cost effective at the time, and then they can only, you know, they have to try to keep up at some point when things become more cost effective. And I think that's what happened with the PS4 Pro. I could be wrong, but that's what it seemed like to me. I mean, so if these consoles launch holiday this year, and then this engine comes out 8 months down the line, 7-8 months down the line, that's not terrible. I mean, the PS5 is already going to be 8K equipped. So it's really just more of a thing with the developers getting to you know, use this new engine when it's ready. So I don't even think it's as much of a question of whether the hardware is capable of it. I think it's just more of where is the development software in game design. And I can see what you're saying. You definitely don't want. I think it is a little bit of a disappointment when you have a console that you've invested in, especially if you don't have $1 billion, and a new one comes out that's like $100 more, like 4 years later. That's like graphically supposed to be graphically superior and processing wise as well. But I hear what you're saying. But I think it's going to be a little bit different this time around. I think you're going to have the console that's ready to go, and then all that has to happen is the software development needs to catch up, which it looks like it's going to do. So yeah, I mean, that's a win for PlayStation and Epic Games. They had a lot of good things to say about the architectural structure of the hardware, and even comparing it to being better than PC in some aspects, especially when it comes to this SSD drive they're putting in, which is pretty crazy because I didn't think that it would compete with PC, but looks like we're getting that. Thank you for listening to this segment from the Land of RPG podcast, episode 3. If you like what you heard and you want to check out the rest of this episode, you could do so right here on YouTube, or we are available on all the major podcast platforms, including iTunes, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Castbox, Deezer, Spreaker, Spotify, Stitcher, and iHeartRadio. Please rate, review, and subscribe to our show. Rate us 5 stars if you can. It would be much appreciated. You can follow me on Instagram, Johnny in the Land of, if you want to check out more of my gaming content. I really appreciate you all. I hope you're all staying safe out there, and I will catch you next time.